Hello, wonderful internet people. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I have super duper exciting news. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, then you may remember that in the past, I've mentioned for quite some time now that I was working on a high content book to publish on Amazon KDP. And I am very, very, very happy to report that this past month of March, I went ahead and published it. So since I did most of the work myself, it took a heck of a long time to get the whole thing done, but I finally did it, put everything together in February, learned a whole lot of stuff, and then officially launched it towards the beginning of the month of March. So I thought I would share with you today exactly how that went. Alright, so here we are in my KDP dashboard, and I have the time setting to last month, the month of March. And as you can see, although I didn't exactly earn enough to quit my job by any means, I did earn a nice $217.52, which I'm certainly not complaining about. Now, did it cost me less than this amount in order to create and publish the book? Not even close. But the beauty of this whole thing is that I consider it like a long-term investment, so I pay in terms of time and money in order to get the book ready, to launch it, all of that fun stuff, and then I get to reap the rewards of people buying it or reading through the book for the rest of my life, basically. So I am hopeful that at some point I will make back what I spent, and since a decent amount of what I spent on this book was on things like software, subscriptions, buying ISBNs, things like that, which won't be exclusive only to this book, but are something that I will be using for future books, so that kind of somewhat decreases the cost because I can just spread that over the subsequent books that I will be creating and publishing in this same series. But let's just say total costs, including things like that I can spread over the next several books, was around $1,000. I know, you're probably thinking at this point that it's ridiculous to spend that much money and not make even part of it back in the first month or so, but it's only the first month. There are many, many more months to come in which this book will continue making me money and will help pay me back some more. But from other things that I have done with this book, I've already earned back a solid $400 to $500, so roughly I've already earned back at least 50% of it or so. So after, a few more months, it should have earned back the investment, and then from then on, it's going to be just straight up pure profit. And what I observed in the past seemed to have held true throughout this launch, which is when you have one book or maybe a couple of books that are selling on Amazon, then the rest of the books that you have uploaded seem to get something of a boost on Amazon, which was really interesting. Because I did also sell a few of my low content books this month in the course of publishing my high content book, so that added a few dollars to this total, which was kind of nice, especially since one or two of those books I hadn't actually sold before, so it was nice getting a sale for those. And now that I have gone through a rather steep learning curve of how exactly to put together, publish, and market a high content book, it's going to be a lot faster and easier for me the second time around. And yes, I am already working on and close to finished with the second one, since once I got the hang of the first one, the second one really wasn't all that hard. So I'm almost done with that one, and probably in just a couple of months here I'll be publishing that one as well, and the read through of having two books in the same series will definitely give me a nice little boost to help me recoup my initial expenses faster and then send me right into the profits. And as you can see from this handy dandy line chart I have right here, I guess we can also take a look at the bar chart version. You'll notice that some of those nice big spikes there in terms of how much I earned over this past month were on days that I paid for a promotion of my book to a newsletter. So basically, readers who are interested in reading a specific genre will sign up with this daily email service, and that service will send them either free or discounted books in the genre they're interested in every single day. And authors can pay for a slot on those newsletters. So that way it's kind of a win-win, and potential readers can find out about your book and, go ahead and buy it. And then there you go. You've started building your own readership base and audience. And one of the things that I did learn while publishing is that it's also very important to have your own mailing list set up so that if someone likes your work and would like to be notified when the next book in the series comes out, or they'd like some behind the scenes content, then you have that set up for them so they can sign up for your email list. And that, I'm sure, will be a super big help when it's time to launch either the next book in the series or an entirely new book that they may also be interested in if you're doing work in similar genres anyways. So yeah, that's where those nice big spikes are from. Those are mostly from paid newsletters, which I certainly think was worth it. And this is only in the estimated royalties. Even setting my book to free and promoting it got me tons and tons of downloads and readers, a good number of which went on to pre-order the next book, which was very nice, and also gave me a big boost in my KENP read, which is basically when you enroll your book in the Kindle Unlimited program, then Amazon will pay you a certain amount per page read of your book. So even if I was giving my book away for free, those who had the Kindle Unlimited subscription would go ahead and read my book through that program instead of just downloading it for free, and that way I'd still get paid a little bit, which was certainly nice. So this is my number of estimated royalties, which is completely different from the orders that I got. So let's take a look at that breakdown as well. Okay, so as you can see, the month I published the book, I got just shy of 3,800 sold units, and that's not counting the Kindle Unlimited pages read. That is solely people who downloaded the ebook itself or purchased a paperback or hardcover version. And yes, the that massive spike right there, which puts the whole chart out of proportion and out of whack, was from one of my paid promotions. That day I set my book at free and got, as you can see, around 2,500 downloads on that day alone. And there was a bit of a tail from that promotion too, so people who hadn't checked their email for that day, maybe they checked it a couple days down the line, thought my book sounded interesting, and went ahead and downloaded it then. And at this point, I'm more interested in developing a readership, getting my name out there, and building my mailing list versus trying to make a ton of money. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is most definitely a long-term investment game. So that's why, regardless of how much money I've spent or made, I'm trying to establish myself as an author and create this base of readers who will come back and continue to purchase my work in the future. Alright, and here you can see, here is that Kindle normalized page read that I was talking about. And during my launch month, a total of nearly 28,000 pages worth of my book was read, which is really neat to think about, and it did get me a good number of pre-orders for the next book. As you can see, it started off pretty slow, but then kind of rapidly increased there before kind of steadying out a bit or so. As expected, fewer people have the time to do lots of reading on weekdays, Whereas on weekends, I tend to see this nice little spike in readership as people settle down with their Kindle in order to do a bit of reading. From these, I also got a decent number of reviews on the book, which is important. So it has not the best star rating, but not even close to the worst either. It's not a 5-star average, but it's not too far away from that. So I am very happy with that, and that will definitely help my book with its long-term exposure and longevity on the Amazon platform. Now, I do expect my royalties and pages read and all things like that are probably going to slow down the next few months because, as I have learned, there is a 30, 60, 90-day drop-off when it comes to Amazon's algorithm and how much it promotes your book, which is pretty highly irritating. But what can you do? The best strategy for that seems to be just rapid releasing more content in order to kind of counteract those Amazon cliffs there and keep the interest going. So that is pretty close to what I will be doing. Not sure if I'm going to make that 90-day cutoff here, but it won't be too long after that I will be publishing the second book in this series and getting that to continue going. And of course, stay tuned for that. I will keep you guys updated on how this whole high content thing is going, since I didn't quite have as much luck with low content. Still very viable. I just thought I'd try this out and see how it goes, and I'm certainly enjoying it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and please make sure to check back in with me so you can see exactly how this whole high content publishing thing is going, in case you wanted to try it out as well. Alrighty, see you in the next video.